In my last video, I talked about early game. Now it's time for my favorite part of the game, which is mid game. So, last time I'm pretty sure I showed you 3 games, here they are. 3 games, 3 examples that we're going to look over because last video we all looked at the early game part of them. So now we're going to focus on mid-late game part. I would say late game as well because late game is basically mid game, but it's maybe a bit less eventful because there's nothing to get in the map anymore, right? Or we're going to talk about this. But yeah, basically mid game starts when one of the bot lane turret falls. That's how I see it, right? It's an ADC player, you get this bot turret, and you recall, and then guess what? You're supposed to go mid, right? So, let's talk about why you're supposed to go mid. And let's go on the map for this one, actually. So, let's say, because we're talking about low ELO here, mainly, right? In low ELO, you know, everybody says, hey, look, you should get the bot turret, right? And then you're supposed to go mid, right? Even if your mid laner is still staying on mid. So, why do they say that? Well, this situation will happen a lot to you. You finish bot lane, this happens, right? And you go mid, and your mid laner will not leave. They will stay there and take the minions and everything, right? It will happen. Well, guess what? It doesn't happen in low elo either. Here is the same thing actually. See, action is here, right? So let me explain you why doing this, this is the blue, this is your, right? The blue bot lane, whatever, right? I'll explain why this is bad. And I think it's actually simple, right? So enemy bot lane swapped, right? There mid lane. And then you have the enemy mid on bot, right? First of all, you're an ADC. Chances are you're not going to be able to 1v1 an enemy mid laner, right? Even if you're fed, it's hard. It's very difficult. What if they're Syndra? They're going to one-shot the wave, and if you try to get close, punish them, they're going to one-shot you, right? You can't really do much. It's the reality. As an ADC, you're not really supposed to 1v1. Exceptions happen if you play, I know, Kai'Sa, Vayne, you could maybe kind of... You're not supposed to do it, right? So first of all, I'll talk why mid is so important. Like, middle is the middle of the map. Imagine you play chess. You put your queen in the middle. She can go anywhere. This is your queen. Look at this. No, this is your queen. You go anywhere from the map. Here, here, here. If something happens here, you go here. Something happens. Oh, we're getting invaded. You go back. Whatever. Doesn't matter. It's so important to control the map. And why is the ADC the strongest piece? Why should the ADC be in the middle? Well, because the ADCs come with a, you know, support. It's like 2+1, like 1+1, like 3 or whatever. I don't know. So it's like if you go mid, your support doesn't have to babysit on you on bot anymore, and they can roam around and do whatever. You, as an ADC, you have like damage. You build damage, right? So chances are you one-shot the wave. You clear the wave the fastest in the game, so you can clear the wave and do something else, right? So long as sorry, I'm jumping around the ideas here, but I'll show you why going bot like this is not good. Okay, imagine you go bot. You can't 1v1 the enemy mid laner, right? Something happens mid lane. Enemy mid lane will push. You can't do much about it. And after they push, they roam around. You clear this wave. Sure, you roam after you clear the wave. But by the time you're here, it's like... your teammates lost already, you know? It's like... Yeah. They lost already. So don't go bot. Trust me, go mid. Default to go mid, right? It's very important to default to going mid, right? And... let's say the mid laner is bot and you default mid, right? What is this? You're sharing XP? Yeah, sure. So what? We share XP gold, and guess what? We push them back and we take their turret. That's exactly what's happening here. My voice is dying. So you see this? Enemy Malphite is bot lane. He's pushing. We don't care. We ignore. We stay mid, clear vision. Next wave arrives. We take the turret. Huge, 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 huge. My voice is gonna die. Whatever. Anyway, I'm doing this after the stream, so I talk like 6 hours today. Anyway, and guess what? Malphite didn't even get the turret yet. So if you're lucky, action is very low now. He can recall and TP bot if he's got TP, right? Oh my god, huge! It's insane. Oh, look at this. Why mid doesn't want to swap? Well, it doesn't matter because we just get the mid turret like this, right? This is just a good example of what to do in mid game. Just go to mid and do things basically, right? Because if you're bot, you don't have options. You cannot go anywhere from bot lane, right? But as always, remember, as an ADC, in mid game, the game is basically turn-based. You come here mid, you take this wave, right? It's already on right, really? No, if you can fight, whatever, fight. But your priority is to get a wave. Oh my god, what I click. High burst. So now we can do about that. Gonna ask. Go back here. I guess. Yeah. Yeah. Whatever. We took that. Sorry, I'm just clicking stuff. I'm not gonna edit anything out of this video, by the way. I don't wanna edit. I wanna do it first time. Because that's the easiest way to explain things and the most realistic, right? So whatever happened there. But what's important to know is that you're gonna be mid. You're gonna grab this wave, right? You grab the wave, and then it's your turn to act. For the next 30 seconds, you have a timer now where you can do things on the map, right? And how do you decide what you're supposed to do? Because that's everything all ADC is. You go mid, you take a wave, then you go do something else. It's that it. 30 seconds actor, come back, get the mid, do something else. Mid, something. That's it. That's all you need to know to play ADC well. It's insane. It's so crazy, right? A couple other things I want to teach you as well, though. And that's what I call tempo lines, right? So let's imagine for a second, let's actually take this exact scenario where our action is like here, jungle is doing this, you are here, support is here, right? Top lane, okay. Right? So let's imagine we don't see anybody else on the map, by the way, right? So let's imagine we don't see these four, right? They are not on the map, okay? So let's draw imaginary lines, kind of parallel to the river, like indicating where the action is happening, right? This is what I call the front tempo line. You know, we have the top lane here doing things with enemy top lane, and it's like, then maybe you have you on the support kind of on the same line around here, right? Kind of like that, whatever, stuff like that, right? So this is where you are, like on the front tempo line, you are kind of playing together. And then you have this line, which is here with your jungler, and then you have this line here with your mid laner. You see how there's 3 different lines? Imagine if everybody from the enemy team was here, maybe then we bot enemy mid is like bot pushing or something, right? Suddenly, all the enemies are playing together and your teammates are not. We're playing 3 versus 5. You put him here, you're playing 3 versus 5. If you go here, you're 3 versus 5 because these guys are not here, right? So this situation you're going to recognize a lot. You are chilling, mid, whatever, right? You see your, what do you call it, jungler farming. Your mid laner is coming from base. When you see this, all you have to know is that you don't do anything. You wait, you chill, you grab the mid wave if it's safe. If it's not, wait, hold back, right? So if you're alone on tempo, or like outnumbered on tempo line, on front tempo line, all you have to do is wait for the lines to just start merging slowly, right? You just wait for allies to walk up, and suddenly it's like if they all collapse top, we can just push mid together. And it's like, even if they come back, a few of them are still chilling, you can still take an evil fight, whatever, doesn't matter, right? Very important to play with your teammates all the time, like this. This is what I call tempo, right? And it's the opposite if, let's say, teammates are on the line and you're not. You want to get there as soon as possible, that's the rule, right? So, let's see what I do here. Right, I say, okay, good. We see 2 top, we see 1 bot, okay? So I'm like, okay, let's push mid. Who could be mid lane right now? Well, we don't see 2 enemies. They could have Zoe, and they could have Janna on mid lane, right? Well, I have Lux kind of close to me, which means it's like a 2v2 on mid here right now, right? So I can kind of take the wave. Right, let's take the wave, and now look at this. You see how Vladimir is dead? Zin is in base, action is bot. Here on mid lane, we are like 2 versus 3. There could be 3 enemies. I want to mention that if you don't see enemies, they are where you are. They're in the closest brush next to you. That's where the enemies are. Okay? So here we just back off with the enemy. Actually, back off. Cool. Right? Action does action things on bot. I take a recall because it was like, yeah, it was kind of free. You know, one thing I want to mention is, let's say your mid laner is dead, or your mid laner recalls, or whatever. It doesn't matter. It means you have a time now where you could recall. Because if I recall in 3 seconds, I'm going to be in base in 3 seconds. Right? Recall 3 seconds, whatever. And Vladimir respawns in 3 seconds. So when we recall, he respawns at the same time. And you see how we just walk together now? You see how we are just going together and we're playing on the same line? So when somebody reaches here, we have everybody around us, right? Because let's say allies are on the same line and you recall, it means you're on the base, in the base, and allies are doing things. You should never do that. So time your recalls like this. When you have a dead teammate, somebody else that recalls is so important, because imagine if I stay mid here, right? Why should I stay mid now when there's nothing gonna happen? Like, Vladimir is dead. We are not gonna do anything when Vladimir is dead. It's not really doable, especially because Lux is in base as well. I'm not gonna do anything because there's no allies to do things with. I cannot do anything alone. I'm an ADC player, right? So that's what we do. Just recall. And then again, default to mid lane. We go mid, we push this. Now it's time to make a decision. We look at the map. Okay, we see. So is bot, so there. Okay, we see Viego, but it's like there could be more enemies, but enemies on bot are kind of low. Right? Here I'm kind of like thinking about what to do. And I decide, well, like joining bot is not really worth. Malphite TPs, Zoe is there, right? So it's like, even if I go bot, we're kind of outnumbered, or we go there too late. So how about I do something else? Mid wave. I'm supposed to get the mid waves, right? So I go mid. Hey, I'm an ADC, I get mid waves. That's what I do. You know, that's how I play the game, right? Get the mid wave. Action there, Lux dead. We back off, because there's nothing else to do, right? We just back off, recall, buy an LDR, whatever. We go mid, get another wave, don't face check brushes, and now we're waiting for more stuff. In this game, you know, allies take an outnumber fight again. You know, it is what is gonna happen. And even if they don't, well, first of all, they should realize me and, you know, like the action are kind of far, so they shouldn't really start this. But if teammates take bad fights, remember, like, just grab the mid wave. It's your job to grab the mid wave. You grab mid wave, nothing else, right? Just go grab the mid wave. And now here is a fight that's kind of interesting. Actually, I don't remember what happened here. Here I just said I'm gonna commit to a fight, and I don't even remember if it worked. I got a kill, I guess, sure. Right? Cool. But what I wanna say is that, like, in mid game, just go mid, grab the wave, then count. Enemies, allies. That's it. You make a decision, right? Or we could expand that a little bit, like count the enemies, how many enemies are somewhere, how many allies are somewhere, and then look at the objectives, right? If Baron is up, you know, maybe a fight is going to happen on Baron or so on. You kind of try to predict what's going to happen in the near future to make a decision, basically. And then you just look at the wave, see if you can need to push a wave, or if you can do something else besides joining the fight. Unless, you know, the fight is good, then you should definitely join it, right? To push bot top. So here I'm just gonna spawn, nobody's here to clear bot, so I'm gonna grab bot. Actually, we're gonna, you know, just grab this. Action went mid this time, right? But we just push bot, and then we move mid, right? So one thing I wanna say is that at the start of mid game, if your mid laner RG doesn't wanna leave mid, what you could do, you know, if your turret is destroyed, go bot, grab the first wave, then move back to mid lane, right? So if you have a situation like, you know, this maybe, grab this, and let's say only this turret is alive, this one is destroyed. Go bot, grab the wave from here, move mid. And mid lane comes to defend bot. You're playing together with teammates, and this happens. This is the start of mid game, right? Just an idea I had in mind, I want to tell you. Okay. It's all about teammates and what they are. So here now we're just gonna fight. How we fight is whatever, you know, flash, cool, whatever. Doesn't matter. The mechanics LG don't matter when you play League. But now here you see, there's a mid wave. Right, there's a mid wave. I'm gonna take the mid wave. Cool. Take the mid wave, right? And now we could maybe look for a fight. Who knows? It's just a crazy thing. Now we died away. Right? But I died, and I got the mid wave. And she died. So it's like if I just kill her and I die, I don't get the mid wave. So it's poggers. Always remember, like 95% of the time, you should get the mid wave no matter what. It's just correct. Don't feel bad about it, okay? It's very good. Okay, we got the mid wave again. Right? After mid wave, okay, we go with teammates. This is honestly the easiest way to play the game. Grab mid wave, go with teammates. It's that simple. If you don't want to overthink it, right? But here I'm looking at this, and look, Vladimir is dead. So contesting Baron is no way difficult. Case, yeah. So we die, right? It was unlucky, I don't know what happened, but it's just important to know, hey, look, I make mistakes as well, right? I'm only human, right? But Vladimir is dead here, we should not contest the wave, because we just, I mean, the Baron, we can't contest Baron, right? How do we contest Baron? Vladimir is dead, we're 4v5, there's like no way, whatever. They should have went like to farm Raptors or something, or anything, bot lane, doesn't mean, go mid, who cares, don't be here, because you die. Idea about the game. But even if you make mistakes, it's okay, right? Fine. It's okay because we can always make mistakes and have enemies make more mistakes than us, and I think that's exactly what happens in this game, right? Really? So we catch Malphite, we get a kill on Malphite. Now it's like, okay. Now the tables have turned. Zoe is dead as well. We have 4 allies here. There are 3 enemies alive only, and action is pushing. We should definitely fight. Go, chase, do things. Push, doesn't matter. Do things. Doesn't matter what you do, just do things in this situation, right? And now, tables have turned, I think. because we got caught. I don't know what happened. Allies got caught, I think Action died. Yeah, you know, standard. And Lux is top lane, which is very important. Because of this, the fight is not good. Enemies have it's more enemies than allies, so the fight is just not good. So I just back off and wait for a better opportunity, right? We have to give inhib because we don't have allies. And then suddenly enemies are still here, right? There's the mistake they're making. They got inhib. We have allies respawning, and enemies are here, kinda, you know, bit wounded. She gets caught, right? But this is basically overextending that enemies did, right? And now we can just run them down because we have more allies. We are starting to have more numbers. We get a malfight as well, I think, or we push them. Doesn't matter. But now you can see how like we just have more allies than they do. How long does it take? Okay. Right? So we can just do things. It's just playing with the number advantage. Okay. And now this is a mistake allies made. So after doing all of this, pushing them back, we win this, right? It's good to realize that, okay, we killed the Janna. Okay. And now, if you look, Lux and Xin are top. And we are 3 of us here against 3 enemies, because we don't see 3 enemies, right? So we know this is like a 3v3, which is kind of risky to take. I ping to back off, we back off, right? And now, when allies see me go bot, they should back off as well. I should have pinged them to back off as well, because now they are fighting 2 versus 3 there, and that's why they lose. So yeah, it is how it is. And what else happened this game? I think it was like one last fight at Baron. It worked out. How much damage can she... Oh, this is funny. Okay, anyway. Push that. Now we group with teammates. This is just standard. We get the mid wave again. It's all in the mid wave. And now we just do the Drake. And we try to group with teammates, and we basically team fight well. I think we just win the game. That's what happened. We pop off, kill enemy, and it's just... it's more about mid game, I guess. I mean, sort of late game, but late game again is mid game as well. And here we end, I think. Okay, let's go to the second game, where this game was a bit more close. It was a nice comeback, but this game we dominated the enemies, right? So we just got a turret. We overextended a bit here. We made a mistake. It's fine. We overextended after doing the first turret, but now we respawn. Mid game begins, right? So here I'm like, maybe get something done on Aatrox. He runs away, whatever, grab the wave. And you see how Pop is coming top to grab the wave as well. So we just default to mid lane. We go mid, we grab the wave, right? Go mid, grab the wave. That's how we play the game, right? We kill the enemy jinx. Drake is up. I mean, go, right? Just go. Hey, we have more people. And Poppy is top. If we fight Drake and we lose, whatever, at least Poppy gets third stop. It's still good. She's playing on tempo with us, right? We are 5v4 right now. We should do things, definitely. That's how we should play the game. So then we don't even contest. We get the Drake, we get the next mid wave, right? And then a funny opportunity arises here, and we just get a nice engage on the Seraphine. I think she gets caught. And we just fight. And this is free because, look, Jinx is bot, we have Lee Sin. This is kind of fine. This is okay. We can definitely win this. Alright. But then Aatrox arrives as well, and unfortunately he is quite bad. So he destroys us. Could have played better mechanically, but mechanics don't matter. Again, whatever. Even if he died here, it doesn't matter. Poppy gets free waves on top. And I guess she recalled. Whatever. And now we respawn, we go back to mid. You see this pattern, we just go back to mid every time. It's so simple to play this, you just go mid, default mid, every single time. Just go mid, push the wave, and now make a decision. Right, I see something happening here, but if you look at the map, Poppy bot, TF here, bot, Lee bot. If we start the fight here, we are playing 2 versus 4, right? Because it was dead. Because Akali could join, we could have their support join. This is bad, so we back off. We should not be here. Back off, wait for the next mid wave. You grab the mid wave, right? Cool. Now we waited around, clear some vision, right? You see I'm kind of AFK. This is fine. There's no information, and we just wait for the next mid wave in this case, because that's all I can do, right? Just grab the mid wave. And now we got extra information. Enemies did Herald in the meantime, and we don't have allies here yet. So we take it slow. Thresh dead. We don't join, right? Because we didn't have numbers. What happened here? Let's see. Do I remember what happened here? An interesting fight happened. We got a nice engage on the right side. And I want to mention why this is fine to join. You see this situation, right? You have 4 allies right here, 4 of you. And enemies are all alive, but Aatrox is bot, which means this is a 4v4. So here I'm more than happy to try to fight. And we get a nice pick and we join the fight. After which we just run them down, kill enemies, whatever. Right? It was a 4v4, we played the fight well. That's all there is to know there. Nothing else. Then it's a 4v4.
Jesus. Blue screen.
Then eventually we recall.
Those is pure damage.
Back to mid lane, we grab the wave, right? It's so simple. You grab the red buff, back to mid wave, right?
I do not want to lose it.
And here I have a choice to make between going mid or going at the fight, right? So it's like, just get mid wave and then join the fight. Always just grab the mid wave, man. It's so, just grab it, it's free. And then we join the fight eventually. Here we are holding 3 of them back, which is very funny while teammates kill the Aatrox. And yeah, because we just win the fight. All good, right? We dodge everything.
But I held 3 of them back. Good. It's pretty good. Okay.
And after this, hey,
flash.
mid wave, right? We have to help Drake here, right? After mid wave, we just do Drake. And this Baron is interesting.
PS on this.
And which thankfully nothing bad happened, but you can see how like doing. I guess this is a perfect time to talk about like objective priority. Yeah, I think this is important, right? So let's talk about priority. Let's say you have every objective up, you just aced the enemy team. What do? Number 1, if you can take the enemy Nexus, you should take the enemy Nexus, right? You win the game. Number 2, Elder Drake is OP. You should get Elder Drake. In this case, there's no Elder Drake. Most cases gonna be like Inhibitor versus Baron versus Drake. What do you take? Baron number 1, Drake number 2, Inhibitor number 3. It's that simple. That's all there is to it, right? So here, I should have immediately pinged allies to just come Baron, right? But exceptions happen, right? In this case, Lee Sin has a sliver of HP, TF has a sliver of HP. So it's like, we're not gonna do Baron, right? We're not gonna do Baron. So we take Drake, and after this, all the enemies are up. This Baron is stupid. Thankfully we backed off and nothing happened, but yeah, it's just, don't do that, okay?
It's a rapid fire.
Now, guess what? We go back to mid lane, grab the wave, grab the next wave, and now we assess the situation. See what teammates are doing. Looks like we can just win, and we fight and we win. Right? And it sounds like I'm not doing much, right? But trust me, especially low reloads, if you grab that mid wave every single time, you're going to have more items than everybody else in the game. So in every fight, you're basically gonna win just because you have more resources. This is why going for the mid wave is so damn important, right? Yeah. And after that, we can eventually do Baron, right? So here, it's important to mention one thing, right? You see how here we basically kill 3 of them? We don't even get a turret, this turret, right? We don't even care about the turret, even though there's a new wave coming. We could even take the inhib. Just go Baron, take Baron, right? More important priority, right? After this, what happened? We got the mid wave here, and then we start grouping the team. We look for a pick. I think we find something. Whatever. We just join the teammates. Nothing. I didn't do much. Whatever. And eventually just go back to the mid wave because hey, that's what I'm supposed to do, right? Not even like the mid wave. And I think the game's over. But what did I do this game? I got the mid wave and I joined my teammates. That's it. And we won, right? That's what you're supposed to do as an ADC. Let's look at the final example. This is a cool example, I think, because we lost lane. We lost lane hard. Look at this. They destroyed our turret in minute 12. And let's see what I did.
We're gonna have like,
I don't remember. So first I went bot lane to grab this wave. And after this, right, it's important to say that you gotta look at the map and assess. What do you do next, right? So in this case, they just took Drake, right? They took Drake. So it's like, I cannot go bot, because if I go bot, I'm dead, because they took Drake. So I just go mid. This is what I should have done anyway. I don't even know why I want to go for the next wave. This is kind of risky, right? So we should go back to mid lane, right? We default to mid lane, we grab the waves. And here we have a fight happening in our face. Crazy something is happening. So here I had to make a choice between getting the mid wave and fighting at void grabs. And in this case, I decided to fight at void grabs because Tristana is dead. If you look here, enemy Tristana is dead. So it's like if I join this, we guaranteed have more numbers. So it's better in a way, right? Just remember, if you have more numbers, you wanna fight, you wanna do things, you wanna go crazy. Right? You go crazy, we get kills.
You're forgiven.
Very nice, and we get the Herald as well. Right?
was bought for
Yeah, we lost the mid wave, 2 mid waves, but we just win the game from this, right? Because we fought with more numbers. That's basically it, right? Grabbing mid wave over a fight is a lot of the times correct, because the fights are kind of even maybe, or you don't even have all the teammates there, so that the fight is over anyway before you join, right? So might as well not waste the mid wave. In this case, I was sure of it.
Destroying
Okay.
them.
And now, let's see.
Destroying them.
I was in base, Cassio is mid, that's why I went bot to grab the wave, right? That's what I did, grab the wave. And now, guess what? We go back towards mid lane. You see how we don't push this further? Oh no, we go mid. We go mid. Go mid, we are supposed to be mid, right? That's our job, that's what we're supposed to do as an ADC. Okay, we grab the next mid wave.
Holding us off the wave,
Right. We see if a fight is gonna happen, we are here to join. We have even numbers, because scale top and R top, right? That's how we kind of, when I look at the map, that's kind of how I think about things, right? I just want to know if it's even numbers or not. So I can, like, watch out for things. Okay. And also knowing you have more numbers or even numbers kind of gives you more confidence to
Wukong
fight.
doesn't have the best ults.
Okay, so in this case the enemy TP'd, so we have to abandon ship, right? This is what it is. And then, this situation. You see how I default mid when there's a fight bot? Like, why are you backing? Tari, shut up. It's like, if I go bot now, chances are I'm not gonna make it in time anyway. So if I go mid, it's guaranteed value. I get mid, I get the turret maybe, right? So always think about the game as tempo lines, like I said here. Either I join this fight, or I push mid. We are playing on the same tempo line as Nar, mid lane, and this. Right? You see this line over here like that. We're playing together. So it's just do something. If you're not on tempo like I am right now,
Okay,
you need to do something. So I just go mid. That's it. Right? I go mid. I see enemy still bot. Try to get turret. Right? Kara chases us, whatever. You stop him, don't die, whatever. Gotta be more careful when they have champions like Aurelion Sol, maybe Nocturne, right? Because they could kill you. Be careful. But yeah, for the most part, just go.
Take his go. Runan.
Alright.
Time we have an R and Tristana is top.
Then, look at this example. My voice is almost dead, don't worry. Video is almost over anyway. Tristana is top lane, and we have 5 allies here, and there's 4 enemies here, and there's a Drake up. We should definitely take the Drake fight because we have more numbers. That's exactly what we do.
No.
And we get rewarded. Dice, but we won. Doesn't matter. Oh, Tristana got things and doesn't matter. We won. Right?
But over.
And we got the turret as well. Perfect. Right? Alright, so here we just grab the wave because there was no mid wave. And then we go back towards mid lane. What a surprise, right? So again, in lower reloads, like it doesn't matter if somebody's mid lane. Just go to the side lane, grab the first wave, then go back to mid. No matter what, that's what you should do. That's that simple, right? As a default, as a habit.
Brother.
Alright.
The player is bad because
We
he's
push
bad.
the mid.
Right?
We took the scatter. And then we see an opportunity to go bot after this, right? Here we're like, the fight looks good. How about we join? Right? This time was mid, Wukong is there, shitty piece, but it's like we already killed Kale.
Now
So we could kind of fight this. Like kinda, right? We could kind of do things. And things we do. So, yeah, let's go. And now, if you look at the numbers, it's like a 3v3. Tristana escapes. Funny. And here, Wukong dies. So we are 2v3 now. We should definitely back off and get out. And we do. But yeah, we lost the lure. Right. So let's see. I don't want to bore you with more details. What else is happening this game? Anything special, anything important? Grab the mid waves, we're grabbing waves, grab another mid wave. Recall.
Against this.
Another mid wave. And this fight is bad because Cassio is in base and there's 4 enemies here, right? You see how easy it is to play League when you think about these things? That's all there is to it. And I know we're just defending Nexus, sorry,
He's allowed to play like that.
And here we get a nice kill on the Jhin because he's inting. Enemies will int from time to time. And because of it, a fight will just happen after that, right? We kill the Tristana. And it's like enemies are inting, we kill one of them, we can just keep fighting because we have more numbers. And that's what happens. I Wukong died, but we got 3 kills. Right, very nice.
Take this.
And then we can get the turret as well. Find a funny scanner here, we kite him really nicely. And
Get out, kill me.
now we get out because Wukong is there, Gnar is far away, we need to get out, right? And Gnar died,
What
unfortunately.
the hell?
Okay. Let's look at maybe the final fight as well. Here we can shoot this Tana, because why not?
Just defend, please.
Again, we go mid. And now we have a 4v4 here, because Gnar has to defend, right? Actually, not even a 4v4, Kelly stop, which means this is a 4v3. Which means here, hopefully I go crazy. Crazy aggressive. Just go hit them, Tony. Hit them. You are 4v3, right? It's very easy to play the game when you are 4v3. And yeah, they just get destroyed. We chase the kill for a while, I guess. We go back to mid.
To regen.
Enemies are fighting us over Baron when we have more numbers. You see this? Only 2 enemies alive. We have 3 allies here. And enemies are taking the fight. We definitely win this, right? Then we go back to mid, we push, and I think the game is over.
Nice.
Right? Good. Right. So I just want to say one thing. I didn't do much. I just pushed mid waves. Then I counted enemies, counted allies, and thought, is it a good fight? If it's a good fight, I will join. If it's not a good fight, I will push the mid wave automatically as a habit. And then if the number is even, 4v4, 5v5, 3v3, I just have to use some common sense. Are we ahead? Are we behind? Who is in fight? Because maybe we have our jungler and our top laner with us. They only have their ADC support and maybe top laner. The support is like not that impactful compared to like a jungler, for example. It depends really. Just use your common sense in those even fights and just team fight well when it's even, right? And always just default to mid. If you go mid, enemy mid lane is mid, whatever, just go to bot after, grab a wave, come back mid. Much better, because if you go if you go bot instantly, you're just not gonna be anywhere on the map. While others are fighting, you're not doing anything, you're just farming, right? Very important to remember. Okay. Yeah, that's about it. Remember, like late game is pretty similar to mid game as well. Just grab the mid wave, then move with your team. And when in doubt, move with the team as always. It's better than staying alone and getting caught. Remember that as well, right? But just grabbing those mid waves, I cannot emphasize enough how important it is. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully it helped you. And if you have questions, ask in the comments. Don't mind answering them, or on Discord. We have our Discord channel in the description of this video. But until then, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.